So I'm glad that's done. Transmission back in. I'm gonna raise it up and check for leaks. I broke a wire on the oil sanding unit, so I've ordered one. It came in. I'm gonna change that, and then, like I say, finally, maybe I'm gonna pull this carburetor apart, clean it out. And my nephew has a 4-barrel intake. I'd like to swap it. May or may not do that. It'll be on down the road. And the exhaust. So exhaust and carburetor, and then maybe we can drive around the town a little bit. Okay, tonight we want to see what we're gonna do about this carburetor. It's got a bad flat spot in it, so it's probably got trash in it. And I've not changed the fuel tank in this thing, so you know, it may have trash in the fuel tank, maybe some rust. Whoever I got it from had put a fuel filter on here, but like I say, it still may have trash in it. So I'm gonna take this carburetor off and see what it looks like. I don't ever remember seeing a carburetor bolt that has a vent tube up through it like that. But I ain't take a whole lot of carburetors off, but quite a few. I mean, really, honestly, it's got a vent hole through it, through the carburetor mounting bolt. Surely they could have thought of a better way to have done that, but hey, I guess it worked, you know? This is my little carburetor tear apart station with my magnifying light here. I've took apart hundreds of carburetors sitting right here. Well, maybe not hundreds, maybe 2 or 3, at least 3. So, but I like using this magnifying light. So I got all the stuff, the linkage and stuff on the side off, and I've got all the top mounting screws out, so I'm going to take this thing apart and see. It's holding us. I think it's the let's do this. Let's get one of these razor blades. These razor blades and run it up the gasket. Should be right there. Okay. You see the say the bowl, but I mean the float. The float's under the gasket, so you know, if we have to, we may be able to use that gasket again. So this is kind of what we're going to get to is look in the bottom of this. I don't know if it's better to look through the magnifying glass. Can you see that? See all that sludge and mess down in there? You can see all the old sludge and dirt and probably rust and everything else down there after I dump the gas out. Yeah, it's pretty messy. Put it in this pan in case some odd reason I'm gonna have some. Thought about taking it out in front of the garage and spraying it out, but I said, man, it might be a loose part in there or something, and I said I'll never be able to find it, so I'm gonna clean it up right here a little bit. Let's get my little straw on the end of this thing. Now, got a little jet stream. So I'm gonna take the, I don't know if you can see the jets down in here. I'm gonna take all this out and spray through it. And I may spray in there and just kind of let it sit tonight, soak a little bit, and clean it a little better tomorrow afternoon when I come in from work. I think for the most part, the biggest part of your problem on your carburetors is just trash and dirt. And seemed like the last couple I've tore apart, I've just had to get lucky, just take them apart, clean them, put them back together. Now, usually, I think one of the biggest problems is this O-ring here on your accelerator pump goes bad, and if it don't seal tight in here, you don't get a good enough pressure to force your fuel up through your jets. So this one actually looks okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put fluid in a bowl, slide it back together, and pump this and see if I got good flow coming up through here. I don't know if you can see or not, but I got a good stream of fluid now coming through there. Good steady stream. You can see that. So I feel good about that being, like I said, cleaned out. No matter how much you take your time, sometimes you'll do stuff like this. I left these in there and I was digging out my stuff to put on the side, and I said, oh man. So I had to pull the top back out. No big deal. What's up, guys? Hey, tonight I want to get a little bit earlier to start today, maybe 30 or 45 minutes earlier than I normally do, but I'm trying to get the carburetor back on. Stopped by and got me a gasket, so we're gonna put that on, carburetor on, and just see how it does, see if it runs a little better. So that's what I'm working on. Time for the test drive, see if we help this thing out any.